I never imagined a single text message could redraw the map of my marriage. I'm Oliver Grant, 42, married 11 years to Hannah. I wasn't suspicious by nature. I believed in work stress, long days, boring meetings. That afternoon I was downtown, killing time between client visits, sitting in a quiet cafe near her office. The place was half empty, the kind where conversations echo. I ordered coffee, checked emails, and waited. My phone buzzed. Hannah texted, "Stuck at the office, boring meeting, running late." I stared at the screen longer than I should have without knowing why yet. Across the room, 2 tables over, someone laughed softly. I looked up without thinking. Hannah was there. Same blazer, same silver necklace I bought our anniversary. She wasn't in a meeting. She was leaning forward, smiling at a man I didn't recognize. They shared a laptop, shoulders almost touching. My chest tightened, not with rage, but disbelief. I checked the text again, then the room, then her face. She looked relaxed, present, alive. I felt invisible, like I had slipped out of my own life in that quiet cafe, surrounded by ordinary strangers who had no idea what broke inside. I didn't confront her. I didn't stand up or make a scene. I stayed seated, heart pounding, watching details I'd ignored for years. The way she touched her hair, the easy laugh she stopped sharing with me. I remembered nights she came home tired, phone glowing, saying meetings ran late. I believed her because believing was easier than questioning. Sitting there, I realized this wasn't about one lie. It was about a pattern I chose not to see built slowly through silence, convenience, and my constant willingness to excuse everything because peace felt safer than uncomfortable truth at the time. The man with her wasn't flashy. No dramatic gestures, no obvious intimacy. Just familiarity. That somehow hurt more. I paid my bill quietly, walked past them, and left. She didn't see me. Or maybe she did and chose not to react. I sat in my car, engine off, breathing slowly. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just felt something heavy settle, the kind of clarity that arrives when denial finally collapses. It wasn't explosive or cinematic, just quiet and irreversible in its certainty, like a door closing without anyone bothering to slam it, because force was unnecessary now anyway. That evening she texted again, said the meeting dragged on forever. I replied, "Take your time." At home, the house felt staged, like a set we'd been performing in. Dinner was silent. She talked about work. I nodded. I watched her carefully, noticing how easily lies rolled out. In bed, she turned away, phone lighting her face. I stared at the ceiling, realizing the betrayal wasn't just her presence at that cafe, but her assumption I'd never question her reality or suspect she might be living a parallel life beside mine, while I faithfully carried the weight alone for years. I didn't expose her. I didn't gather screenshots or demand explanations. Something in me had shifted. I stopped trying. I stopped offering extra kindness to earn affection. Days passed. She noticed the distance, but misread it as moodiness. One night she asked if everything was okay. I said yes calmly, because okay didn't mean hopeful anymore. It meant prepared. I was watching, learning, letting the truth settle until it no longer scared me. That calm was new, unfamiliar, but stronger than the anxiety I'd lived with for so long, while pretending love was still present when it clearly wasn't anymore. A week later, she said she'd be late again. I didn't ask why. I went back to that cafe. Same table, same time. This time, she wasn't there. Instead, I felt oddly relieved. I no longer needed proof. I understood the shape of the truth. Betrayal isn't always physical. Sometimes it's choosing someone else's presence while keeping your spouse as background noise. That realization didn't harden me. It simplified things in a way honesty finally does when you stop negotiating with denial and accept what's plainly in front of you without excuses or comforting lies to protect your peace again. I didn't leave immediately. I planned quietly. I separated accounts, organized documents, and adjusted my expectations. She sensed the shift but underestimated it. People do when they assume stability equals weakness. One morning, over coffee, she mentioned another late meeting. I looked at her and felt nothing spike. No anger, no jealousy, just distance. I realized the marriage had already ended. I was simply the last one to accept the conclusion. That acceptance didn't break me. It restored a sense of control I'd lost while trying to keep something already gone alive for appearances and outdated promises that meant nothing. When I finally told her I knew, I didn't mention a cafe. I just said I was done pretending. She denied, minimized, then grew quiet. I didn't argue. There was nothing left to negotiate. I packed a bag, calmly, deliberately. She watched, confused, as if clarity were cruelty. I left without slamming doors or speeches. Outside, the air felt lighter. Betrayal loses power the moment you stop explaining yourself to someone committed to misunderstanding you because they benefit from the fog your silence once maintained. Walking away wasn't dramatic. It was necessary for survival after years of quiet erosion inside. I don't hate her. I don't need revenge. I learned something sharper than anger. If someone can casually lie while assuming you're elsewhere, they've already left the relationship. I didn't lose my marriage in that cafe. I lost the illusion holding it together. Sometimes the most decisive moment isn't confrontation, it's recognition. Seeing clearly, choosing dignity, and stepping away without begging for honesty. That's not bitterness. That's self-respect returning, quietly. Once you finally stop believing boring meetings are the truth they tell, while sitting 2 tables away from your trust and assuming you'll never look up to see them.